Eyes Wide Shut, the longest film shoot in history. A Clockwork Orange, where a British future was made from the present, eventually becoming lost for a long time. Blow Up, where audiences entered the space of a murder, both in Marion Park and the mind of the photographer who captured it. They are significant to the life of cinema and central to the city of London, which leads a fan like me to visit the films in a more individualistic way, with a lens that is limited but powerful. Virtually, the locations of where films were shot are easy to find. We are able to note the true nature of the space from people like us posting photos. To a film enthusiast, London is a giant film studio. Traveling to the locations and with the help of different websites and the films themselves, one can gather where the scene took place and how the filmmakers shot it. I don't want to recreate the shots. I want to primarily see the space through the memory of the film. I want to see the space as a foreigner. I want to speculate how the filmmaker saw it and process the creation of the film's world and what makes it different from ours. The Chelsea drugstore, where Alex talked to the two girls. The exterior is recognizable from the location slides in the Kubrick archive, but of course the interior was changed for McDonald's. The images from the slides are from another world, as is the scene from the movie. The exterior is never seen in the film, but I'm in the same position as the location scouts taking pictures before it was transformed. One could see to the lower levels from the slides, and they captured the circular format of the space. Judging from the images, the Chelsea drugstore had a unique atmosphere and was used to its full potential in the film. Its character is forever changed. As you can see, it is closed and under construction. Only the interior was used for the film, which increases the difficulty to make a connection. The connection I have is with the production notes and how they approached the space, the way they talked about it. In a practical sense, Chinatown was nearby, so production planned to give them money to eat at other restaurants. They also said that the interior space was small, which conjures an idea of how the crew moved around the area. I look at this unfamiliar space and see many images. Through the walls I see what it was in the past and how it was for the film. On the loud streets outside I see the future, a death of memory, the filmic memory that comes with the reconstructed space. These spaces apparently weren't used in the film. They come from the location notes. For 22 Grosvenor Square, I know what it was supposed to be used for, but I can only speculate for 38 Upper Grosvenor Street. The U.S. Embassy is nearby, a reminder to me of how London is a substitute for New York. Maps of London purposely made for the film remodel the sense of space for a foreigner like me. Popular roads are pushed to the side, minimizing the framework of transportation and size. The relationship between the crew and location was naturally the key, giving new insights towards how open and closed some spaces can or need be. The requirement of suspending parking meters, having police, how long they would be shooting, and how large the crew is are all elements that mechanizes the roads and buildings in terms of control and time. The pragmatic piece in transforming the structures by recording images influences the aesthetic view. It widens the frame, even if the dimensions are the same. Tom Cruise's character, Bill, is stalked by a man on the other side of the street. It's a case of creative geography. Two streets made to appear as one, with a larger case of London streets made to appear as New York. The camera follows the character, while there is no character here, except the space itself. No scene is in motion. I walk where they walked, and go against their bodies. I am in their way, and watch them until the end of the street. There is the body of London, and the body of the film. The two streets are part of the same limb, working together in a joint fashion. Eyes Wide Shut is a dreamscape, and that part of the movie cannot be remade. The Lanesborough is the building where the pool scene took place. Production rented the second floor so they wouldn't disturb other guests, and it would also give them more control. Contrasting the other spaces, this is more of an open area, and the film location is behind more barriers for an imagined sense of space. I consider the flow of the body of London around me, while I fixate on the fictional reality that went on inside. What does the film add or take from the space? Because of the film, I see how the space lives for the fiction. I don't understand the character it has outside of the narrative. Marion Park works as a state of mind for the photographer more than most spaces in film. It's significant for 4 sections: the initial photographing scene, the restructuring of the murder, finding the body at night, and the ending where the photographer gives in to illusion. If Marion Park encapsulated the mystery of London 50 years ago, what does it encapsulate now? The same thing? The Marion Park of the film is elusive to find today. Much has changed due to time and nature. To reorient myself, I see not from the film camera or the photographers. Instead, I stare into their eyes. I confront the photographer's perspective. I look into his lens. What do I capture with mine? Maybe it's the isolation, but I do feel close to the daydreams the film images created. I can't reproduce the feeling, though. The space reflects the mind of the character. It's less powerful in my images. I think sequentially following a subject, like a character, produces a filmic quality instead of a pedestrian one. The space serves the character, but here it serves nothing but itself. The character of the film transformed the space, and I look at it in this changed state. But I'm unsure of what illusions it might have given me. Films also manipulate space by adding objects. Foreign like me, I wonder what quality lingers on in the real world, after the object's time in the film world. How is the time in all these film worlds? How transient, mechanical, or organic? They are all dreamlike, and are now past daydreams. I know some of what the future holds. A recreation of all the spaces, from business and nature, but not everything, like the borders and reality of the surrounding areas. The spaces are palimpsests, with the film world raising the locations to their greatest height. I see these spaces and their many layers because of the films, with the aperture letting variable amounts of character enter the space. The worlds, fictional and otherwise, live side by side, and on top of each other. Now I have the memory of the spaces mixed with the films, elevating all to different types of reverie, where I can see the ghost of myself in these ghostly spaces.